Then death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the second death. Anyone whose name was not found written in the book of life was thrown into the lake of fire. Greeting, guys. It is me here with a message of the kingdom of heaven. So, guys, here we also know that there is hell. Just like I've been saying that Jesus is giving us the things that he wants us to know about, and he wants us to read about these things and find out about these things, so that we will know these things. Because you see, guys, it's difficult to believe in things you don't know, but it's even worse when people are just preaching their own beliefs and preaching their own emotions, when Jesus has actually given us, the description of those things. You know what I mean? So here he's telling us about hell, that there is hell. You understand? You might not believe hell. It's okay, guys. Hello, guys. In fact, if you don't believe in hell, that is going to affect your work, and you are the one who's going to lose. So it's okay, guys. See, guys, I always speak about things, and I say that I used to go to casino back then in the days, not to gamble, because I don't even know how to gamble, but to have fun. And when you are playing, and someone is holding a card, you don't know whether they are holding a diamond, or spade. You understand? You guessing. Jesus, there are things that he wants us to not guess. He wants us to just know those things. He wants us to have clear knowledge of those things, and he gives those things to us because he doesn't want us to be confused, because he's going to be judging us based on the word on the last day. You understand? So he gives us those things. And firstly, I spoke about New Jerusalem. He wants us to know about New Jerusalem, about the kingdom of heaven. So we need to know those things. And then I spoke about his skin color, that is called this snow skin color. You need to know all of those things, because if you don't know those things, guys, people will fool you here on earth, telling you that Jesus looks like this, looks like that, because they want you to believe this and deceive you. You understand? And others will refuse, and reject Jesus because of such things. Guys, Jesus's message in the kingdom of heaven, guys, is not children's play. It's not children's play. Don't play with fire. You understand? So just stick to the word. He gave us those descriptions because he wants us to take those things and know those things, because he's revealing those things to these prophets because he wants us to know them. And when he reveals them to you, because he does still reveal, he will reveal those very same things, not anything different. And Jesus, if Jesus comes now and reveals to you himself as gray, that's not Jesus. If he reveals to you as blue, that's not Jesus. He's given us and showed us that he's got this snow color. We take that. We don't have to interpret that. Guys, if I'm dark in color, there's no need for you to interpret that. You just take that. Oh, so and so revealed themselves and they are dark in color. Don't interpret that. You understand? There are things that you don't have to interpret. You can't interpret my hand. You just say, oh, her hand was like this. She's got 5 fingers. She's got 3 fingers. You understand? She's got 6 fingers. You understand? So do not interpret things that don't need interpretation. So Jesus gives us the New Jerusalem because he doesn't want us to interpret that. He's giving us the exact description of the New Jerusalem because he wants us to have that picture. So here again, I spoke about his skin color. He reveals that he's got this snow color. He said the head of my head, my head is white as snow. My hair, you understand, is also a snow color. So he's telling us that I don't look like any race here on earth. These people came from Adam. We don't know the race of Adam. I've spoken about all of those things, but he looks different. Why? He's a God. He can't look like anyone here on earth. He can't. He just cannot. You understand? So if he reveals himself to you, he will reveal himself exactly as he is, because he's going to be giving you a description of himself. You understand? Now, here is also giving us a description of hell. In fact, this is taken from Revelations 20. Verse 10 says, and the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They will be tormented day and night forever and ever. So he's showing us that this hell is actually a lake. Guys, if you imagine a lake, so you need to imagine a lake of fire. You understand? A lake of fire. You understand? So instead of water, but it's now what? fire. It's a lake, meaning it's like moving. It's so big, it's like moving, you know, like a lagoon. You know what I mean? So it says burning sulfur. You know, people who do science, they will tell you about sulfur because they work in labs and they know sulfur. You know, I've never seen it, but I think I can imagine it in my mind. I'm thinking about it, you know, but it's made of that, meaning even if you burn your body and you after you die, obviously you will resurrect and go back to your body. You will be in fire. If you're going to hell, you will be, that fire will get you. Why? Burning sulfur is a physical thing, you understand? So he's giving us this description because he wants us to understand where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown, you understand? So these, you know, people will be thrown there. So he's giving us this, he's telling us this, he's showing us this because he wants us to have this image. If you say you don't believe in hell, it's okay, just don't include Jesus in your nonsense, because Jesus has said there is hell. Jesus has said there is new heaven. You know, Jesus has given us his description, the description of himself. So we take those things because those are the things that he reveals about himself, you understand? And we need to take those things and fantasize about those things. Guys, I don't know who any person who can fantasize about hell. Guys, I doubt. Hell never, guys. You know, guys, I can fantasize about New Jerusalem. Oh, the beauty. Oh, my word. You know, and then you fantasize about Jesus. That's cute. That's cute race. That's beautiful snow color. You know, I love that, you know. But hell never. Guys, I ain't fantasizing about that. I ain't doing it, you know. It's not a good picture to fantasize about, you know. Just take your finger and just put there in fire. Guys, make a small fire wherever you are and put your finger and tell me how long it can. Guys, never. Hell to the never. I can't fantasize about that. But these other things, you can fantasize about Jesus. Don't make statues about him, but you can fantasize about him. He's giving us his description. Don't deceive people, you understand? Jesus doesn't look like any race here on earth. Guys, we're all equal to Jesus. You know, he gave us those descriptions because he doesn't want people to fighting about things, deceiving other people, trying to make themselves superior and everything. He's giving us those descriptions because he wants us to know that, you understand? He loves all of us, you understand? You know, so if he comes here on earth and he says, oh, well, Abraham is this color, well, I'm going to enter into that. All are equal, you understand? Nobody looks like God here, you understand? Physically, our limbs, yes, we look like Jesus, but in color, no one looks like Jesus in color. He's giving us that description, you know, and I often speak about such things because I hate it when people, you know, you come across young people, they'll tell you, I'm not going to be worshiping this, I'm going to be worshiping this object, I'm going to be worshiping this stage, I'm going to be worshiping, you know, this man. Why? Because I'm not going to be. Guys, you can't. Jesus is a God. You can't compare him to any religion. Guys, I always speak about revelations because I have revelations, you understand? I know revelations, I deal with revelations, you know, and any revelation he gives you, it's not going to be something different from the word. That's why he revealed himself to Daniel and revealed himself to John. You know, he wanted us to speak about these things. Don't deceive one another, don't deceive each other, don't deceive yourself, you understand? You know, so we need to have description of those things. The New Jerusalem, fantasize about those things, you understand? He's giving those things to us because he wants us to fantasize about these things, you understand? So that we are not deceived. There's sulfur here, you know, and it's telling us the kind of fire. And if you are a scientist and you are dealing with sulfur, you know, how much heat it can bring. You know, I don't know, guys, I'm not a scientist, you understand? So I don't know how much heat this sulfur can bring, but I know sulfur is associated with fire. I know, you know, I don't know how, but I know, you know. But guys, a scientist will know. You know, my sister is a scientist, so once I was speaking to her, and I was asking her what sulfur is, and she was telling me because she works in a lab, you know. So guys, I'm trying to explain such things to you that, you know, you need to take those things that Jesus has given us description of and run with them. You know, don't go about now, you know, because in the past people wanted us to believe things that, you know, they wanted us to believe. Guys, it's a new age. The word is here. You listen to the word. You know, at the end of every podcast I say, and remember, the word of God still remains the only source of information. Why do I say that? Because I've realized how much people are deceived. We have the word, but people preach their emotions, people preach their beliefs, people preach whatever they want to preach because they want to be seen superior and all of that. And because of that, the word of God got lost in the mail, So you go back to the word, go back now to the word and read the word. It will tell you everything, you understand? And by doing so, you're helping yourself, because if you accept the truth as it is, you're not going to run away from Jesus. Jesus Christ doesn't look like anyone here on earth, because he's a God. He can't look like anyone here on earth. You understand? So he's coming here, he's showing us, he's telling us this thing, he's giving us description, and if he appears to you, he will show you the very same things. And if he now appears to you and show you a blue Jerusalem and a blue color of his head and blue color of his hair, that's not Jesus now. That's man sitting in second heaven. You understand? People want to be famous and writing books and writing things that are just, guys will sit and you're like, that's not what Jesus wrote in the word. The word still remains the only source of information about Jesus, about the kingdom, about hell. You understand? It's just the way it is. You understand? So if you want to know the truth, stick to the word. So guys, we are done now. I just wanted to